Welcome to Talking to Trees. I am Coach Dwana. If you are in a space where you are exploring your spirituality, you have questions about what you've been raised to believe, maybe you are being shamed for having questions and wanting to explore, this is the channel for you. I highly encourage you to come to this space and consume my content with a place of forgiveness and an open mind, an open heart, and a space of love. I do believe that that is the best space that you can be in to receive light and love, no matter what your religious background is. I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was deeply proud that in one of my previous videos, I got some questions. That means the world to me. Please continue to comment, post these questions. I feel such a gift to be able to help connect not just other people, but just myself with people who were in that same space that I am. Raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and a couple of the questions that I received, one was, do I still believe in the Bible? Yes, 100% yes. So much so that my belief in the Bible and the fact that I feel like my heart has been opened to saying yes to also exploring other literature that is of religious nature. And I've read books on Buddhism, and I've explored Eastern religions, and my husband was raised Mormon. Didn't know if you knew that, but now you do. That's a whole other, eventually we'll get there, and how he and I, 26 years of friendship, 22 years of marriage this year, and what we've both done that has definitely been a huge part of our spiritual journey has been the work that we've done in our marriage and the way that we've retranslated all the things that we were raised to believe. So I definitely still believe in the Bible. When did I leave the organization? It's interesting because in the Jehovah's Witness faith, if you are an apostate, you are like adamantly, and the rules could have changed, but adamantly speaking against the church. We're angry, we're trying to get people to jump ship, all that stuff. So not an apostate, more inactive, where I am no longer going to meetings. I do attend the memorial, and I do a lot of that for my mom. I know it makes her very proud to have me with her in the Kingdom Hall, and to have, those that I've grown up with in the church see my kids and my husband. And so where it was official for me in the sense, like I no longer can look my children in the eye and say that I believe this 100%. I no longer can do that, where I did growing up. Absolutely did. I was baptized at 13, absolutely knew it was the truth, believed it with all of my heart and spirit. I no longer can say that. And so that was around 2014. It was around the time my son had passed, and I had learned that the Jehovah's Witness Church had retranslated the Bible. And so that was a sting to me, because again, when you have the truth, no matter what's going on in the world, it didn't make sense to me that some phrasing in the scriptures had been changed to kind of support the new narratives or the new light, the new way of thinking, and that just didn't sit right with me. But a huge telling part was when it was about 3 or 4 months after my son had passed. We were sitting on his grave, and my youngest daughter at the time was about 2 or 3, and it was around Easter time. So in all the areas of the baby graves were pieces of candy and letters and flowers for Easter for the babies who had passed. And my youngest daughter was running around, and it could have been her birthday. You never would have known. The way that she was so excited, grabbing candy off of all these graves, laughing, looking back at us with looks of like complete mortification. But she's like, what is wrong with all of you? Do you see the candy? It's like manna from heaven. She was just, the word joyful doesn't describe it, doesn't give it enough credit. And I remember in that moment, my heart just soared. And in that moment, I just saw this wind lift through the trees. It was almost as if the Spirit was there to bless me and my husband and my family, to say, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I immediately prayed. And I just remember, like, it was in that moment that I was being told, you do not have to be in a building to feel my presence. You do not have to have someone on a stage telling you how to guide the way that you think about what you're reading in this moment. You can feel my spirit anywhere. That was a huge part. So 2014, around that time. And how old was I when I left? Let's see, I had my 4th child at 39. So it's been a few years, but as I mentioned earlier, I am not angry, and there's so many things that I'm going to continue to contribute and add to this channel, including when I was disfellowshipped from the church, including some things that had happened as a young person in the Jehovah's Witness church that I completely would never let any of my children go through, but still leading from a place of lessons, leading from a place of love, remembering every single time that I was going through something and questioning something, my mom believed this to be truth with all of her heart. And she was raised Catholic. I even went to Catholic school for a short amount of time before she decided to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I hope that the way that I speak my truth onto this channel and into your lives and your hearts blesses you. I hope that the way that I pray, the way that I have retranslated what spirituality means to me, allows you to give yourself permission to do the same thing. That is the goal. I don't want you to think like me. I don't want you to pray like me. I just want you to give permission to yourself, like I have for myself, to create a relationship with your Heavenly Father that is just so freeing and so fulfilling no matter what is going on in this world. Thank you so much for getting lifted with me today. I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to see what other comments you have or what other questions you have.